So, warm good afternoon to one and all. We'll be starting our musing session. And today's session, as you all know, it's very, very special because we have two of you all, two doctors amongst you who are going to present musings today. And we take a lot of pride in having this session for you all. So let's begin. So as you all know, we have a plant module that is coming up in 2023 for the entire year. It's a 1-year module with 36 sessions for you, where 3 sessions will be there per month. And towards the end of it, we will be having an in-person retreat seminar too. So for any queries, you can contact us and we'll be happy to guide you. Today's topic is case presentation by Dr. Prachi Karandikar and Dr. Shilpa Tamrakar. And a little about Dr. Prachi. So she is a consulting homeopathic physician who's practicing for 20 years now. She is presently at Bangalore as senior consultant. So she's been a rank holder in university and she was always keen to expand the horizon of learning. And she's practiced various methods and now she's into PEM and sensation method. She considers Dr. Shankaran sir, Dr. Shekhar sir, Dr. Mahesh Gandhi as her chief mentors who are responsible for her growth and as well as in her practice. She has good experience in article publication. She's also been a teacher for basic course at Maharashtra Homeopathic Association. And she's presented a lot of cases, e-magazines, and she's always there for awareness of homeopathy. So thank you, Dr. Prachi, for coming on Musings and presenting your case. We look forward to it.
Thank you, Dr. Pinta.
Yeah. Our second speaker for the day is Dr. Shilpa Tamrakar. She's practicing at her multi-speciality homeopathic clinic in Madhya Pradesh. She started her practice in 2016 and she's applying the mind method ever since. She's been a follower of HHF method and she completely believes in a single medicine cure. She has organized many health awareness camps in her locality and even in government schools as well. So we welcome you, Dr. Shilpa, and thank you for coming on Musings. Just a few basic hygiene factors. Keep your lines muted all the while. You can keep your videos on. You can raise your hand or you can write down your questions on the chat box, which will be addressed towards the end of the presentations. Kindly refrain from scribbling on the screen. You can muse our sessions on the repertoire of learning, the link for which is flashed on the screen. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Healing Harmony, and you get a lot of videos for free. For any questions or difficulties, you can contact us on the numbers that is on the screen. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Prachi.
Good afternoon, one and all. First of all, I will like to give my lot of gratitude to Healing Harmony, the Musings, because of the lockdown would come our way. That way, Musing started as a platform of learning and sharing in homeopathy during the Corona pandemic times. And since then, I am very, very helped and grown by listening to various case presenters and the teachings which are shared in Musings. Thank you for that. And thank you for sharing this opportunity to share my case. Like we all attended the last time Boide session, we could all understand the understanding of Boide type of snakes from Dr. Preeti. Taking the same theme ahead, we will go ahead to see one case of the same family, Boide, and from that I am presenting a case of Python. May I share my screen now?
Yes, yes.
So here there is no surprise that we have to recognize the remedy of the case. The case is of Python, we all know. we try to correlate the understanding of Python when we are going through the case completely. So it was a case of asthma. We are going to see how Python was used to treat this pathology. Let us understand first the chief complaint. A female of 30 years old came to our practice. She complained of lot of wheezing, cough, and every year she used to suffer like anything. And it is worse since last 4 to 5 years since she has moved to Bangalore. And more or less the weather is almost cold here many times of the day, along with a lot of humidity in the atmosphere. So she says definitely Bangalore has aggravated my condition. I suffer every winter and many a times in monsoon also, but winters are very difficult. Also, that I was asking her, like initially before going into detailed case, we try to bring out the LSMC, the location, modality, the concomitant. So I was trying to find what triggers your asthma. The winter is one part, but she said that dust is also a common thing, that if I remove old boxes, if I take out the bed sheets and all, it can start my sneezings, runny nose, and gradually it gets congested. And when I sneeze and sneeze a lot, after some time, within an hour or so, the chest starts feeling heavy and I develop the phlegm. So we got to know that winter, the cold floors, the dust is some of her triggering factors, and it starts with runny nose and gradually goes to chest. After knowing the basic understanding of how she's suffering, some understanding about the patient has to be taken up, because only LSMC can help sometimes in acute cases. But if we want to remove this as a chronic disease, the background of the patient needs to be understood. So trying to understand the patient in as much depth as possible, we start with the understanding the background, the situational place of the patient in the life. So she described her family background as she lives in a joint family where there are in-laws, also brother-in-law and his family of 3. She, her husband, and her own 6 years old daughter. From her childhood, she stayed with her parents, but mother died quite early in her childhood. So she was mainly raised up by her father. Father was always behind her for be presentable in studies and take up studies. But since she was an average child, she was not very much interested in studies. On work perspective, we see that she is a working lady. She works as an administrative assistant in an office, which is a 9 to 5 type of job. So a lot of desk work is there. The work is not only limited to these hours. She was trying to tell me that, doctor, I have to work beyond my office hours. So much of work also comes when I go back at home and I spend my time finishing it off before I go to sleep. Sometimes it extends to that extent that weekend also I don't get free, but I need to complete my work and then only I go for the next activity. This shows her involvement in work also, that not only that she finishes and comes back, but wants to finish also, complete the work, task also. During her office hour, there is lot of interpersonal communication because she is the front desk of that office, and also lot of documentation she has to maintain. Work requires to her to be prompt and quick in response, and she needs to be a good communicator. So this is the background of her family and where she is placed presently at workplace. So once we understand a little about, we generally send a case history form where these primary details the patient fills up, and then we start the interview one-on-one. So once we start the interview, we start understanding the patient in details, taking in both the perspectives, the disease perspective as well as the background of the person, to understand the personality as a whole. How do you experience the problem within you was the first question. So we don't directly ask, describe your asthma. We say that what is the problem that you are facing? Describe your problem as such. So she started telling the problem to be, I feel heavy. There comes up tiny little lumps of mucus when I cough. Along with that, when the wheezing and the breathlessness episode begins, I develop lot of head sweating. How is the experience of this? How is the experience of this heavy feeling? So rather than asking, describe your asthma or the chief complaint, we take up the word what she has given to us. She is telling that I feel heavy during my episode. So we take up the same word and ask, how is the experience of that heavy feeling within you? She says, it feels as if someone is sitting on me, on my chest. And because of that, I can't talk, I can't walk, and I start crying because of that heavy feeling. Then, there onwards, I have to exhale through my mouth. And she showed me those actions. How is the experience when someone sits on your chest? We try to take only the patient's word. We don't put our interpretation of what does it mean to us. Here we are just receiving the case right now and using the same words of the patient to ask back the further details or the intricate meaning of it. She says that it feels like a heavy stone on me. So the heavy has got some adjective now from her, that she feels it like a heavy stone on her. Can you just explain this heaviness in general, unrelated to you, unrelated to your sickness? So this is the first step where we try to detach the patient only from her presenting problem of asthma, the heaviness in the chest, to general bodily sensations. So she describes her heaviness in the chest in general as a burden. She says, it's a burden to me. One minute, I'm not able to take the slide. Dr. Twinta, can I stop sharing and start again? Because the slide is...
you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the slide fully visible now?
Yes.
Thank you. So when she said that it feels like a burden, we don't just want to take only the word burden, but how does it feel when anyone gets this burden? We are trying to understand from her. How do you experience the problem within you? I feel very heavy. There comes up again the tiny lumps of mucus which I cough along with that. What is that the same slide? Yeah. Now we had been reached at the place where she was trying to explain her heaviness as a burden. So we go again to tell her that now describe the burden for you. The purpose of this, we want to dissociate only from her lungs and asthma to the sensation overall she perceives within her. Not only mind, not only body, but as a general sensation. Try to explain the burden word in a way you can explain the meaning of that word to a small child. That experience of burden or heaviness within you. She says it's like as if I have swallowed a stone and it has stuck in my throat and chest. So she is only adding adjectives and describing the burden. How does that feel? The experience of that throat, the stone being swallowed and stuck is suffocating. I can't work thereafter. It's a complete pause. How do you feel then when everything is a complete pause? She says, I feel very, very helpless. Explain, what do you mean by I have to pause? She says, like I have swallowed a stone which can't move forward, and then I feel I will die. So when she is explaining this, something in the throat and not moving forward, we try to find out what is she describing of, what is she describing this from. So we ask her, any visual come to your mind when you are describing this? It seems to me as if I am battling, I am struggling, and I have a fear that my life will end now. So she was asked to explain her own word, explain the struggle in all possible details. We want the small, small things of that struggle now. When my wheezing starts, I sweat profusely, I cough a lot, I struggle for my breath, I am hungry for air. There is an intense tightening of the chest and I feel scared because of that. Dissociate yourself from this wheezing or from your life as a whole and just explain struggle. Because when we tried to ask in the previous question, she explained in the terms of wheezing only again. We had got that. We want to know how is the struggle for her. As soon as this question was asked, she said, this immediately she dissociated herself from her struggle in breathing to life situation. She said, Doctor, I have too many worries for me, excessive worries, and not only one thing that I have to go through. I have family tension, I have financial worries, and I am worried about the future of my daughter. So this brought her to her life situation. Focus on the English word struggle and try to explain what does it mean to you. We shouldn't interpret, so I have asked her only, what does that struggle mean to you? She said, it's a fight. It's a fight to succeed, fight to meet the ends. Describe the fight then. The fight is pushing, quarreling, violent behavior. So she's describing how is this fight. The fight involves lot of pushing, quarreling, violence. In fights, you are treated badly. Some words hit you badly during these quarrels. I feel sweaty and I feel frozen, as if words don't come out from my mouth. So that sweaty feeling she had given us during the episode of asthma, it is again coming up in the situation of a fight or a quarrel that she has to encounter. What's the experience within you? See, our question should be very short and something that opens up and she describes, not long questions. It's like a snake coiled on your body and you are suffocating. So she directly came to and explained this through some visual which might have come to her, that it's like a snake which is coiled on your body and you are suffocating. Can you explain this process in details? She says you are unable to breathe because of this snake coiled around your body. When a person uses harsh words, it makes you feel numb. You are unable to fight back. And so ultimately you freeze. And how is the freezing she's telling us? Part by part, one body part start stopping down. I feel helpless. It's like an anxiety attack where your blood circulation is as if stopped. Explain the burden what you were telling. She says it's a chest tightness. Again, some synonym she has given, as if someone hugging you so tight that you can't breathe, holding you tight. So this tightening she is explaining in various ways, like a snake, like the stone in the throat which is stuck, like this somebody hugging you tightly. What's the experience then on? Then on when I meant to say now explain further how you feel this tightness within you. There is shortness of breath. You can't talk. And immediately she made the hand gesture of somebody tightening around your throat. So we always say hand gestures speak more than your words and they have a lot of energy more than the words. So here the tightening she could explain with a gesture also. It's like the throat is getting blocked. It's all dark for me. There is all shivering in the body and I can't move. So frozen word she has used before. Now she's telling that I can't move. There is lot of coughing, choking, squeezing happening. It's as if when one is strangulated, how he turns blue, that way I start feeling. Can you explain how does this happen? Now we understood what happens. We are trying to find out how this has happened to anyone who is tightly coiled. If a person has a grudge on you or has a rivalry, he attacks you from behind. He puts a cloth noose around your neck, grips you with immense pressure, and finishes you completely. It's an aggressive attack. He uses all his strength to increase that pressure and puts the pressure on the victim. So she herself is bringing these words. None of these are put in her mouth. She is saying that something one against the other is happening and therefore this has happened, that tightening, and how putting a noose coming from behind and tightening it on the victim. So we are not saying that she is a victim or she is doing that. We are just seeing what's the experience within this. Explain the grudge completely. It can be a revenge or a jealousy. The grudge, wherever we hear nobody's a person she has not brought into that I have a grudge against somebody. As we take her gradually, she is evolving to explain that grudge. It can be a revenge or a jealousy. It's like at home, that is at her home, my sister-in-law is from a rich family and I am not. Explain this. So she says, my mother-in-law treats me as if I should do what she wants, like what mother-in-law expects me to behave like. She wants me to do that way only, whereas sister-in-law can do whatever she wants. I feel that because she favors her. This makes me wild. See the words she's saying, this makes me wild, but I keep quiet. So her response also, she's telling, I keep quiet. Once she has linked this stress of burden and this tightening and this to her family, to her personal life, then we can ask, can you recall any major stressful situation in your life that you have gone through? She says, she starts telling a story here on, my husband has no job, doctor. He doesn't take any responsibility at home and of earning money. So I don't have any financial support. She is the only earning member between both of them. There are 9 members in our joint family. I feel congested in the family when mother-in-law compares me with my sister-in-law, and there I feel a pressure, but I keep quiet. So again, her response is to keep quiet. But it triggers me when they use harsh words. I feel like hitting back to my husband. But what stops me from doing this hitting back or that aggression is my small daughter. The daughter is 6 years old. I keep quiet for her. My husband's future, I don't know what he's going to do. He wants everything to be served on the platter. He feels that he should be served. I should bring money and he should lead the life. So the way she is explaining her expectation, the words also we are seeing, not only the story. She compares that he doesn't bring any money back home. He has become a burden to me, doctor. But I have to be quiet for my daughter's future. When I get very, very angry, I start beating my daughter. I know that this is all anger coming out on her. It's a piled up anger and I burst out on her. I feel we are not valued in the joint family as my husband doesn't earn. So I feel very vulnerable. I am not talking to my brother-in-law since last 5 years. Being in the joint family, she is not speaking to him because once in certain quarrel, he had used very bad word and that is still in her mind that he has said, you are a bitch. I have extreme hatred for him. I freeze as he comes in the house, in my space or in the room. I stop talking to him. I freeze, and I know that all the family expenses, running the family is difficult, but I take my part in running the expenses. I contribute money, but still I am very much disrespected. After knowing the family situation, we can know this person as a whole. We don't want to go only in the story further. So I asked her, what are your natural fears right from childhood? May not be only in asthma, only in your family difficulties, general fears of yours. So she says, fear slowly grips me. I fear that while I'm cooking, the cooking gas may suddenly explode. I'm scared of being buried deep inside the coffin. So this is not related to a story, but these are her natural fears. I can't think of that darkness in the coffin. I always had pressure of studying good in the school. We had seen that father was insistent on study and she was not average. She was an average student, not very interested. So she felt the pressure there also. In childhood, a sense of bitterness was there in me as I was compared to with my cousins who were studying well. As my mother passed away early, my dad used to beat me for studies because he was taking care of her. Because of his beating, I used to feel lifeless. I wanted him to trust me. So she missed that trust when he used to beat. So her experience is he doesn't trust me. He doesn't know that I'm not so much interested, and he beats me and I become lifeless. Due to the anger, I used to break things, feel like banging things. Even I started smoking in my teens because of anger. I was very friendly with people around, but as soon as I hear some harsh words, I use that person's secrets against him. So these fears of various types we got, where she uses the words also we are seeing that grips me. There is a bitterness, there is a beating, heating, anger, and resentment to smoking. But though I am a friendly, can't bear harsh words. What dreams you get? We went to the another section of her subconscious area, that is dream. She said that when I was carrying my baby, I always dreamt that I will deliver a daughter girl, and that came as a reality. So she says, so see how I could recognize before only. So here comes the part of case taking, like how we can see the energy of the remedy that we are looking further, and we start seeing different source words, we start seeing the kingdom words, and we see that how the patient is able to reach easily when we go in the right direction. So when we started analysis, first comes the observation. How do I see her when she comes in the clinic? She was extremely loquacious patient. She was enthusiastic in talking, continuous without pause. She was going on telling one after the other. And usually also she attracts people by her this way of her speaking. She has a dark facial pigmentation and she wears a very bright red lipstick, which makes her a very conspicuous person. In work, she was very well organized, filing, keeping documents rightly, fast in finishing work, whatever assigned to her. Whatever we see for analysis, overall picture, we are seeing that she is experiencing something that I am one side and the others are on the other side. So me versus you is easily seen. She says that husband doesn't work, father bet me, mother-in-law puts me down and recognizes sister-in-law more, brother-in-law against her. So me versus you is evidently seen. She uses various words pointing to animal kingdom like vulnerable, victim, attack, killing, dead, gripping. Now, as I explained you during this, that when we are able to go to these, why are we able to go to such words? Because we were asking her how it happened to you and not explain what was happening. When how the quality of it was asked, she could bring out a lot of non-human specific words and which can take us more and more closer to the source. She easily gave us the delusion of being restricted, suffocated, the mechanism of how this happened by a rope, by coiling the rope around the neck, tightening it, and this gave us the real picture like a constrictor snake. Rather, she used the analogy also. So it looks like a constrictor snake where the snake constricts you all over by coiling around you and it causes the asphyxiation. There is loss of breath and gradually part by part the prey is engulfed in the coils and each one by one the organs start shutting down and therefore we can see her using words like frozen, can't move, can't talk, can't walk once this happens. So at this point, it would be good that we visualize something what our patient was trying to see. And therefore, I will go through a small video where we actually see the coiling of the snake around the prey. So we'll play this for a small time and which will give us the idea what words she was telling from. Yeah, so this was the way of coiling and gripping that she was trying to depict in her words, which was coming from quite deep within her subconscious. So that was the words which automatically come to you. Sorry. So first we got to understand that the way of response that she's showing in various life situations was animal like, and then we come to the reptilia group, in which we are seeing that this type of experience in life is of snakes. So what is that we made us think about snakes? Snakes are limbless creatures, and therefore they always feel that they are at a disadvantage in life, that they have something less with them. So that feeling of something less, they compensate by taking advantage over others or situations. To take advantage, they use various means like cunningness, watchfulness, being alert. They become hiding and secretive because they have something less. So they can't upfront come and attack, but they use various methods to feel at a better place. They are strong enough to openly fight back also. If they can't get advantage over others, then they develop hatred, jealousy, and become very competitive by nature. They want to show always one upmanship. They want to be better than others. Therefore, the inner delusion is primarily that we are less, we are not having limbs, we are at a disadvantage. And the opposite picture can be the presentation. They show to be people of a bigger importance for themselves. They attract and mesmerize others by their talks, by looks, or by their efficiency in work. They usually prefer to hide and escape. They don't attack unless provoked. They are seen to be very secretive by nature. The attack is always an ambush attack. Now only we saw that the snake didn't evidently come in front like a lion. It gradually creeped into. They just don't want to attack, but once the need comes, they gradually creeps into. They are otherwise dormant type of creatures. They themselves show that the patient shows us these features of the snake: fear of getting attacked, fear of danger, fear of being injured. They have both the qualities of the prey and the predator. So sometimes we see the patient experiencing the fear of attack or attacking, fear of danger or landing themselves into danger. So it can be vice versa. Not every time they show that I am a victim. They can show that I am a very important person like a predator, but the delusion is important, which is deeper than the emotion. Never reveal their true self. All their world revolves around themselves, I, me, and myself. So everything they do for the benefit of themselves. When we see anger in the snake patients, the response to that anger helps us to know the mode of attack. For example, there are various kinds of snakes. The first Boidae snakes, there are Elapidae snakes and Crotalinae. How they attack the prey, the mode of attack helps us to go to the type of snakes. Constrictor snakes will say the words like, I felt like swallowing that person whole when I was angry. Whereas Elapidae snake will say, I went and dashed into that person. Whereas Crotalinae, who are more hidden, more secretive, more poisonous, they will resort to planning, plotting for attacking. All the snakes are cold-blooded animals. They hibernate and they go underground, and they cannot tolerate the outside temperature. Common pathologies that we see in snake remedies are congestions. So here she used the word even for family. I feel congested in the family. Hemorrhages, embolisms, paralysis, discolorations, pigmentations are some of the common pathologies. Since our topic has come to Boidae, Dr. Preeti and Prajakta has explained the features of Boidae, but before going to Python, a small glimpse on how Boidae are. They are generally very stocky and muscular snakes. The attack is ambush. We saw that slowly and gently, silently the snake came into, but during attack they become very speedy. They grab the prey with powerful jaws. They coil around the prey within no time. The coils get increasingly pressed. They press more and more, and that causes the prey to become immobile. They wrap, they coil, they tighten and squeeze. so that there remains no room to breathe. The prey becomes weak and helpless. So she was giving us both the sides. She was telling us the weakness, helplessness, I keep quiet also, and she was giving the coiling also. So she gives the process to us. The gradual squeezing makes the prey breathless, and also there is no chance to escape from such a grip. They loosen the grip only after they start feeling the stopping of the heart of the prey. The voides, the jaws are quite big open. They can open widely and they can gulp the prey whole. Generally, they move slowly and are not fast or active like spiders or insects, but during attack, they become fast and quick. In this attack, like the poisonous snakes or the venomous snakes, Protalinate type or Elepide, there is no much of planning, plotting. Suddenly, they will do all these things. There is no luring or attracting other people or secretly planning, but it is more upfront attack. They will do instantly, not much of manipulation. So Dr. Preeti had told us last time that the lady spoke whatever she felt upfront, not much of keeping in mind and doing manipulating. So out of Boide, we are well versed with three kinds of snakes which are commonly seen: the anaconda, the python, and the boa constrictor. Now, why I selected python helps through this further understanding. About python, snake are mostly water snakes. They are very good swimmers, but they prefer to attack on the land. Commonest pathology seen in python is about respiration, that is respiratory and circulatory complaints. By nature, they are little shy type, docile, not that very fighting types. By themselves, they are docile, focused and clear. They all experience the feeling of restriction, may it be lungs or may it be in general life. That restriction leads to suffocation, breathlessness, and exhaustion. We will see ahead how PEM method sees at it, but the earth element is prominent in Python, and therefore we see the need to earn and to have given importance to finances in their lives. They feel powerful or powerless. What I mean to say here is that they want to execute their own will. When they are able to execute their own will, they feel powerful. But if they are controlled by somebody like her mother-in-law, then they feel powerless. They work to earn and they work to get social acceptance also. They want freedom from responsibility. They show strong maternal instinct. They are the only loving moms in all the snakes. Probably this was my first anchor in selecting which Boide I want to give, because she was always in her follow-ups. Last 3 years she was with me. Every time when she comes for follow-up, something about her daughter, the worries about her daughter, how she takes care of her, what is her worries, anxiety about leaving the daughter back home when she comes for work. That strong maternal instinct helped me to come to Python actually. They sacrifice themselves for their children. None of the other Boidae will have so much of maternal instincts. Boa and anaconda are least bothered about their children. They control the family and especially husband. This was very interesting, which matched with our case. She was describing her husband to be dependent on her, and that is there in the approval. The partner is dependent on them. This is again their feeling. Actually, whether it is there or not, we don't know. That's the different part. But she feels partner is dependent on her. But don't attack the partner, because children she has to take care of. Other two snakes of Boidae, I have just taken few materia medica understanding, but we can skip it because boa and anaconda are other two of the same family. Little difference, boa shows more of stomach complaints rather than respiratory and circulatory. So lack of appetite, digestive gases problem, slow digestions are more commonly things seen in boa. And one characteristic about boa when I was studying this topic is that they hang themselves to the tree with the tail and they hang down from there. So they are looking down from up, hanging to the tree. So we get to see in materia medica also the fear of falling down prominent in boa. They also get fear of being watched, being persuaded, and they are more sluggish than python. Slowest of all boidae, it is said. Therefore, we see these symptoms like aversion to work, aversion to studies, procrastination, and this coiling of the boa to the tree branch of the tree may have brought this symptom of fear of falling down. And even in anger, when they become suicidal or that desperate, they say that I will jump down from high places. So that is also interesting of boa. They also need to control, or they feel controlled. Abdominal bloating symptoms are more prominent, and they feel constricted from the community also. The third of that is anaconda. More or less all the themes of boidae will be seen in anaconda also, but they are more stockiest or the plumpiest of all the boidae, and they are more aloof, being with themselves more. Their action is by more of pressure, by crushing at they crush the bones when they coil. So the pressure, the aggression will be more stronger. So this brought us to the understanding of Python, and why out of these three I came to Python. Main anchor for me was the mother-child relationship, her love for her daughter and caring for her daughter, whereas other boidae snakes won't show so much. So after knowing through sensation, we can say the best merger was when I could see the same understanding coming through evolutionary method. Dr. Mahesh Gandhi sir has taught brilliantly to us how to map the animals, and under that, in the animal charting, we see the place of boidae. I'll take the chart first. This is the animal chart which is given by Dr. Mahesh Gandhi sir for us. In this, the placement of various animals is there. So upper part are invertebrates, the lower part are vertebrates. So where do we see snakes? The snakes are in the vertebrate part, vertebrates, and in the third column. So now we see that we have come only to the water animals. Both are aquatic. See, upper and lower, both are aquatic. Under the lower part, which are the vertebrates, we see snake in the third column. And to each column, sir has given which element of the earth is prominent in that patient or that animal. So first column is water, second is earth, and third is fire. So we see snakes under the fire column. So this is the place of snakes. So under vertebrates, we see snakes in the third column of fire, and according to the rows, it shows the evolutionary development of the inner age of the snake. So we see the snakes lie in adolescence, the adult age, and old age, the last three rows. And where does our boidae lie? Boidae are in the adolescent inner age group development. So they will show features of vertebrates, because first of all, they are in water. They will show features of being in water, like water qualities. Then they will show vertebrate qualities. Along with that, they will show qualities of being an adolescent and fire element within them. So this is the placement of boidae within our animal chart by Dr. Gandhi sir. So what do we mean when we say that they are in the adolescent row? So all the adolescent themes of inner age are evident in them. That is the need for freedom, aversion to being controlled by parents or some authoritative figure, rebellious to follow their own will, aversion to force, desire to explore the world by themselves. And at this stage, they are refining their own skill, and therefore they need their self-expression. And we see many things of this coming into our patient's life. So these are the charts what we are, and this was the place of our boidae. How do we see the human expressions? More or less, we have covered all these part, but just choked, suffocated, swallowed whole, being controlled by others is the adolescent age of development. No concept of parental care except in Python. They need freedom. They are the doers. They have a fire element, and therefore anger is also prominent. Coming to our patient was completely following very religiously from last 3 years with me. Even in the first year itself, the attacks of episodes of asthma had come down. And now I can say after 3 years, no asthma episodes have recurred to her in last 1 year or so. Now, even if she falls sick, it will be just cough and cold like every other person. That breathlessness, can't function is gone. So asthma, we can say, is in a much, much better position now. This is about the pathology, but overall, what is the change within her? We can see there is a change in the perception. Now, whenever she comes, she is talkative, loquacious like usual, that conspicuousness, the workaholic nature, everything is like that. But she says that my husband is trying very hard to find his work. He is putting efforts to find a good placement and is about to get a job now. And in my family, it's okay, but I have decided that it's not good for me to stay in the same environment. So we have come out of the family and we are staying separately. Of course, staying alone is a separate, different challenge, but I feel free now. So she could take this step, which is good for her further life. At work also, she feels work is always too much, but I feel energetic and I'm not tired in managing my work and personal life. So this was about Boide and Python. I really saw many features of Boide in this case and was therefore keen to bring this case today. I will like to thank Dr. Preeti, Dr. Prajakta, Healing Harmony Musings for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful presentation, Dr. Prachi. Really, you explained everything about the case and also correlated it with the chart and the human expression. Everything was done very beautifully.
Thank you.
I think
you so much.
the chat box is getting filled with compliments for you. We have just one question, if we can address that.
Yes, please.
So while you were showing the coiling video, one of them asked that this feeling should be in the prey, or is it on the predator?
Right. So we come to this. This was used to be always my question also in mind, that whether the prey will get this or the predator will get this. Both the energy is combined energy. The patient will show the energy of the prey also and the predator also, because he explains us the process and not one particular energy. He is explaining how this happens.
Many congratulations. I think very well answered and a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti.
So thoroughly done, beautifully taken case. I'll fall short of words of appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you for giving this space and time. Thank you.
I think there are no other questions related to the case. Okay. So I think we can move ahead now. Dr. Shilpa, can we have your presentation now?
Yes, Dr. Trinta.
Yeah. So welcome, Dr. Shilpa. Thank you for coming on Musings with your case. We look forward to your presentation. You can go ahead and share your screen.
Yes. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Dr. Trinta, Dr. Prachi ma'am, Dr. Prajakta ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to present my case here on the Musing platform. I am very grateful to my mentors, Dr. Ashok Mohanty sir, Dr. Rao sir. Okay, it's a case of epilepsy. This is a case of 14-year-old girl who came along with her mother and father. Known case of epilepsy, headache, frequent cough, cold, behavioral problems, IPR. मदर IPR से मतलब यहाँ पर जो है इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप से है. मदर, फादर, यंगर सिस्टर एंड ग्रैंड मदर. ओके डॉक्टर, हाउ डिड दिस प्रॉब्लम बिगिन? Patient father, when she was 2 months old, her mother accidentally dropped her and she fall on the floor. After 1 year, this issue started. Since then, she gets fit in every 3 to 6 months. Then we have consulted to a famous doctor in Sagar. Then we went to Jhansi. She was under treatment for 9 years. And then we went to Ludhiana. There she received the treatment for 1.5 years. Then we went to Delhi. There is one of the well-known hospitals. All her tests were conducted and the diagnosis completely and told that everything is normal. She will be fine by the age. When she gets fit, she is so stiff that particular time after few hours she finds it difficult to walk with severe headache and she vomits everything that she eats. Doctor to patient, in which school you study? Patient OPR. What is the full form? Patient, I don't know. Observation. Patient is not comfortable and a bit restless. So I was trying to make her comfortable and build a rapport. Asking hobbies, her likes and dislikes. Patient father. Talk to the doctor and tell her what do you like to eat, which game you like to play, etc. Patient. I like fast food and potato chips. Doctor, so we have discussed about your favorite game and food. Now tell me, what else do you like to do? Patient, I love study. Doctor, do you prefer self-study or you take any tuition classes? Patient, now I do self-studies. Earlier, I used to go to coaching. So why you left? Patient, I could not understand her way of teaching. Doctor, who are there in your family? Patient, mother, father, uncle, aunt, and grandmother. Doctor, do you have any siblings? Patient, I have a younger sister. Doctor, how old she is? Patient, 7 years. Doctor, what kind of bond do you share with her? Pause. Gnashing of teeth. It feels she is not like my questions. Patient, good. Doctor, what about your friends? Patient, I don't have any friends. Doctor, why so? Patient, I don't like to make friends because whenever I make any friends, they eventually leave me alone and make new best friends. Doctor, okay. What kind of bond do you share with your mother? Patient, in a bit hesitant voice, good. Doctor, tell me honestly. Patient, not so good. Doctor, whom she loves more, you or your sister? पेशेंस के जो आंसर है वो काफी मोनोसिलेबिक है, वन लाइनर है या वन वर्ड्स में है. तो जो भी इंटरेक्शन है वो क्वेश्चन आंसर फॉर्म में केवल हाँ, यस और नो, और जो पूछा है सीधा उसका जवाब, और कुछ भी जो है वो आगे पीछे बोल नहीं रही थी. She loves my sister more. Doctor, why do you think like that? Whenever me and my sister fight with each other, she only scolds me and beat me. Doctor, okay, she beats you. Patient, yes. Whenever my sister commits any mistakes, she scolds me. Doctor, parents love their children equally. Then why you think this way? Patient remains quiet. Doctor, tell me frankly, don't hesitate if you want to get rid of these problems. Patient, I am getting too many moles these days. See, change the topic. Doctor, all right, what is it you are getting? Patient, I catch cold easily, then I can't breathe properly. Doctor, you went to many places like Bhopal, Delhi, Nagpur. So, who takes you there? Your father or mother? Patient, my father. Your mother never accompanied? Patient, sometimes. Doctor, where? Patient, when we went to Nagpur, they both accompanied me. Doctor, then how you felt that time when mother with you? I felt good. I felt good. Doctor, your sister was with you that time? Patient, no, only with my parents. I went to Nagpur. Doctor, how your sister doing in studies? Patient, she is good, but not more than me. Doctor, and in other things? In other things, she is better than me. Doctor, which rank of you secure in exams? Patient, I don't secure any rank. Doctor, where do you lack? Patient, in many exams, I forgot what I have learned. I don't like math as well. Doctor, who helps you in studies? Patient, mother. She helps you out and you feel that she does not love you. Patient, she only helps me in studies. Doctor, do you get angry? Patient, yes, a lot. Doctor, for what reason? Patient, when my sister fights with me and irritates me, then it makes me angry. Doctor, mothers loves your sister more, pay more attention on her. That too can be the reason, right? Patient, yes, definitely. Doctor, whom you love more? Patient, I love my grandmother the most. Doctor, and mother little, because he loves your sister more? Yes. Doctor, do you like dancing? Yes, but I love to listening music. Which kind of music? Every kind of music. Doctor to father. May you tell me briefly about her behavior? Father, she is a short-tempered girl and fight with her sister whole day. She is so demanding and wants that everything should happen according to her wishes. She does not share a good bond with her mother. Both have clashes between them. I am tired of these two. My younger daughter is still better in terms of understanding. She is mature, but my elder one always fights with her. Okay. Analysis of the case. She is the elder one and there is 7-year gap between both sisters. So this girl is pampered by the family members. Her epileptic fits started when she was 3 months only. But at the same time, all the super specialty centers already told this problem will go away with the time. And till date, now she is 14-year-old. And till date, whatever treatment they are took went in vain because he is suffering from a frequent cough, cold, fever, severe headache with weak immunity. Now her father is frustrated and feel helpless. What should we do? And most importantly, her behavioral problem, temper tantrum, fights with her sister, all this increasing day by day. In the entire case, noted down 2 points are very important where her problem lies. First, with her sister, which is very obvious in the case कि सारा प्रॉब्लम जो है सिस्टर के साथ में है एंड सेकंड विथ मदर बिकॉज मदर गिविंग मोर अटेंशन टू द सिस्टर she does not like her sister is an eyesore for her all day they fight why because mother favors her sister according to the patient सिस्टर जो है उसकी आंखों में कांटे की तरह चुभती है जेलेसी थ्रू एंड थ्रू केस में जो है जेलेसी विजिबल है एंड जेलेसी इज द कोर ऑफ केस रिपेट्राइजेशन जेलेसी चिल्ड्रन बेबी takes the attention of the family away when jealousy children family aversion to parents mother important theme in the case me versus other issue jealousy competitiveness strong versus weak in one sentence she said I am better than my sister in study and I am lacking in other things मतलब उसने अपना वीक पॉइंट भी बताया और किसमें वो सुपीरियर है वो भी बताया तो स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्सेस वीक लैक ऑफ सेंसिटिविटी इस लड़की ने जो है घर में बवाल मचा के रखा है फादर बहुत ज्यादा परेशान हो चुके हैं इस हद तक के परेशान है कि उन्होंने अब गिव अप करने का सोच लिया है उसकी मदर के साथ सिस्टर के साथ सबके साथ फाइट होती है एक्सेप्ट ग्रैंड मदर से क्योंकि ग्रैंड मदर जो है हमेशा उसका पक्ष लेती है इसलिए सुपीरियरिटी वर्सेस इंफीरियरिटी I am very sure about animal kingdom because plant sensitivity and reaction are lacking in the case. So the remedy is Scorpio europaeus. Bichu. Follow up. Not a single epileptic fit in last 6 months. Headache, cough, cold happened in between, which was managed with the medicine beautifully. Height improved 2 inches. Actually, ये गर्ल जो है इसका हाइट जो है काफी कम था और चेस्ट फ्लैट एकदम फ्लैट चेस्ट एंड जो एक्सप्रेशंस हैं उसके ड्यूरिंग केस टेकिंग हमेशा एक एंग्री लुक रहता था फेस पर chest size improved earlier there was flat chest her anger and jealousy towards her sister is now less her immunity improved many folds doses I started with Scorpio 30 5 consecutive nights and goes till 1 am in last 6 months. Patient is still on treatment. I am also treating her sister for IBS and she recovered very nicely with homeopathic similimum. Family Scorpio Nidhi. Class Arachnida. Phylum Orthopoda. Part used whole life animal. Distribution throughout the world. Journey and understanding of the remedy. The journey of Scorpio. Start with attached very mother to. स्कॉर्पियो जो है अपनी मदर से काफी ज्यादा अटैच होते हैं. clinging mother to, clinging mother to in difference to father with, and cares desire to be company desire for family of mother. mother जो है इनके लिए बहुत बहुत important है क्योंकि इनका सारा जो अटैचमेंट है वो मदर से है. तो इनको मदर का जो है पूरा लव, पूरा अटेंशन चाहिए, पूरी केयरिंग चाहिए. कोई और उसमें जो है पार्ट नहीं ले सकता. Mother is whole world for him or her. What happened? The child who always wants mother now having aversion to mother. Mind, jealousy, children, baby takes the attention of the family away when. जब फैमिली में जो है दूसरा बेबी आ जाता है, सेकंड चाइल्ड बॉर्न होता है और जो अटेंशन है फैमिली का वो उसकी तरफ डाइवर्ट हो जाता है, तो जो है ये अपने आप को जो है बहुत ज्यादा आइसोलेटेड फील करते हैं. दैट्स वाई जो है इसमें ये सारे चेंजेस दिखाई देते हैं और बिहेवियर प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट होते हैं. हाउ दे रिएक्टेड इन जेलसी? इन अ वेरी मैलिशियस, एंग्री, violent, striking, abusive way. They bite. Mind, malicious, vindictive, children in. All these rubrics are taken from complete Jomyo. Abusive, insulting children, insults parents, striking children in, rudeness children of naughty, biting children in, anger, temper tantrums. Nowadays behavioral problem, ADHD and जो social problems भी जो है बहुत ज्यादा बच्चों में देखने को मिलते हैं, उनके लिए जो है रेमेडी एक परफेक्ट चॉइस हो सकती है. if symptoms matches. Break things desire to. Mind defiant. Mind kicks, child is cross, kicks and scolds. Mind race, fury, sudden paroxysms. Serious, earnest children. Mind mood changeable, variable children in single Scorpio. इनके मूड का कुछ नहीं कह सकते हैं, कभी कैसा, पल में तोला, पल में मासा. Mind, anger, will if things do not go after his will. इस केस में भी जैसे फादर ने एक्सप्लेन किया कि जब भी इसके हिसाब से चीजें नहीं होती हैं तो इसको बहुत गुस्सा आता है, तो चीजें इसके हिसाब से ही होनी चाहिए. एंगर, विल इफ थिंग्स डू नॉट गो आफ्टर हिज विल. Scorpio child personality is highly suspicious of strangers, learns more from those they see as stronger or more authoritative, has a strong hypnotic stare, loves constant cuddling and affection, can easily sense when something is wrong, has an angry side, prone to tantrum, attempts to get what they want consistently, can usually bear pain better quite well, needs to be taught early about respecting authority. अभी इसमें से काफी सारी चीजें जो है हमें केस में भी देखने को मिलती हैं, जैसे कि उस लड़की को मदर का जो अफेक्शन है, कडलिंग है, वो ज्यादा चाहिए है, मुझे सिस्टर से ज्यादा चाहिए है. एंड एंग्री साइड, टेंट्रम, showing temper tantrums and wants attention. Very dangerous. Don't mess with them. Scorpio, playing with a Scorpio emotions is like opening the gate of the hell. मतलब इनके इमोशंस से अगर खिलवाड़ किया तो ये आपकी जिंदगी को जो है नरक बना देंगे. Never mess with a Scorpio. They can easily recognize your weaknesses and it is easier for them to destroy enemies than to make a friends. इनसे पंगा लेना खतरे से खाली नहीं है. Now, no more attachment from mother. अभी जो mother से attachment था, जो उनका mother से connection था, bond था, जो मदर के लिए मतलब लव था, वो सारी चीजें अब जो है पूरी तरह से बदल चुकी हैं. अब मदर से उतना ही एवर्जन हो गया है, हेट्रेड हो गया है, मदर पे उतना ही एंगर है, इरिटेबिलिटी है मदर के लिए, ये सारी चीजें. और विथ फैमिली ऑल्सो, माइंड, फैमिली, aversion to parents, mother, mind, irritability, mother towards, mind, hatred, family for, mind, family, aversion to parents, mind, anger, family towards, mind, quarrelsome, scolding, family with, mind, irritability, family to her. The rubrics of Scorpio reminds me one character of the movie named Alone. अगर अलोन मूवी किसी ने देखी होगी विपाशा बसु की, तो उसमें जो है कैरेक्टर जो है विपाशा बसु का, जो वन कैरेक्टर जो है उस मूवी में स्कॉर्पियो की तरह है. विपाशा plays a double role in that movie. One is such a nice, sweet, understanding type, and the other is very jealous, malicious, and vindictive. In the beginning, she was not like that. Scorpio feels very jealous when he was her or his sibling, when they see her or his sibling try to snatch the person whom she was attached the most. तो अभी ये मदर जो है कोई भी हो सकता है, जरूरी नहीं है कि मदर ही हो. जैसे कि इस मूवी में जो है, जो उसका बॉयफ्रेंड रहता है, वो जो है अपनी सिस्टर से इसलिए इतना जेलस करती थी क्योंकि वो उसके बॉयफ्रेंड को उससे हासिल कर रही है, स्नैच कर रही है, छीन रही है. तो वो जो है इतना इस हद तक के उसके ऊपर गुस्सा रहता है कि वो लास्ट में उसका मर्डर कर देती है. तो ये इस हद तक के जो है जेलस और मैलिशियसनेस होते हैं. बहुत ही इम्पल्सिव, बहुत ही एग्रेसिव एंड डेंजरस रेमेडी है ये. Like in the movie, she was so much fascinated by Kabir that no matter she wants him at any cost, they become cross. The level of brutality, this kind of personality trait is very serious and dangerous. Yeah, Dr. Quinta, any query?
Thank you so much, Dr. Shilpa. Yeah.
Queries ले लेते हैं.
You were so
Hello,
brilliant,
ma'am.
Dr. Shilpa. Thank you so much for presenting this case. It was just really nice. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Any queries?
Right. So right now we have no queries. Is there anybody with any question for Dr. Shilpa?
डिफरेंशिएशन कर लें. इग्निशिया एंड हायोसाइमस दो रेमेडी जो है इस रूब्रिक में कॉमन है. jealousy children in when the newborn getting all the attentions. Anyone wants the differentiation?
Yes, I think Dr. Shilpa, we can go ahead and differentiate.
Okay. कोई इंटरेक्ट करना चाहेगा? Why not ignition, hyoscyamus? Anyone explain me? because 3 remedies are there in the rubric. Anyone raise the hand?
Ma'am, I think everyone wants to know it from you, the differentiation.
Okay, okay. इग्निशिया जो है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इग्निशिया बहुत ही जो है मॉरलिस्टिक रेमेडी है, सेंसिटिव टू मॉरल इंप्रेशन, माइल्डनेस, कंप्लेन, बियर्स आउटरेज विदाउट। तो ये जो है बहुत ही सेंसिटिव होते हैं। तो इग्निशिया चाइल्ड्स भी जो है जनरली आपको मतलब अपने आईपीआर को इतना परेशान नहीं करेगा, टॉर्चर नहीं करेगा। उनका जो है जो जेलसी भी होगी ना, वो बहुत ही साइलेंट होगी। वो अंदर ही अंदर जो है उस ग्रीफ को रखेंगे और किसी से शेयर नहीं करेंगे। अगर पेरेंट्स जो है बहुत ज्यादा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होंगे तो वो अपने से समझ सकते हैं कि हाँ अभी सेकंड बेबी आया है, तब से इसमें ये चेंजेस नोटिस हुए हैं, लेकिन वो किसी को परेशान नहीं करेंगे, किसी को हर्ट नहीं करेंगे। मेरे पास एक केस था जो मैं शेयर करती हूँ इस रूब्रिक के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में। A 9-year-old boy come along with his parents and little sister for recurrent abdominal pain since last year. His sister was very naughty and this boy was very mild and quiet. His parents were concerned about why the problem was not solved despite of so much treatment. अभी ये जब boy मेरे पास आया था ना, it's such a mild boy and बहुत ही चुपचाप बैठा था सीट पर, उसकी आंखें नीचे थी एंड रिपीटेडली जो है बार बार मैं उससे पूछ रही थी कि क्या हुआ, लेकिन कोई भी आंसर सामने से नहीं आ रहा था। I asked repeatedly but he was not answering and continuously looking down on the floor. I told his parents to sit outside and asked him what happened. Then he said, my sister is favorite of everyone. She is very naughty and she is always behind me. But for her fault, my mother scolded me and said, you are elder. अभी मम्मा क्या कहती थी उसको कि तुम बड़े हो, तुम समझ के लो, तुम समझदार बन जाओ, वो शरारती है तो तुम समझ जाओ। तो ऐसा हर बार होता था कि हर बार जो है मम्मी उसको बोलती थी कि तुम समझदार बन जाओ क्योंकि सिस्टर जो है बहुत बहुत शरारती है। तो इसको ये चीज जो है रॉन्ग लगने लगी कि वाई, क्यों हर बार मैं ही समझदार बनूं, क्यों मुझसे ही जो है ये एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि मैं बड़ा हूं तो मुझे समझ के लेना चाहिए। तो साइलेंटली जो है ही सफर एंड उस मतलब आंखों में जो है उसकी आंखें एकदम डाउन टू द फ्लोर थी। इग्निशिया में एक रुब्रिक है सर्चिंग फ्लोर ऑन द करके, उसमें 5 रेमेडीज ही हैं आई थिंक। तो वन ऑफ द रेमेडीज इग्निशिया एंड माइल्डनेस, बियर, सफरिंग विदाउट कंप्लेनिंग, इसमें सिंगल इग्निशिया है। तो ये 2 रुब्रिक हम लेते हैं और साथ में जेलसी वाला रुब्रिक अगर ऐड करते हैं तो हमें जो है इग्निशिया आती है। तो इग्निशिया जो है वेरी सेंसिटिव, वेरी मॉरलिस्टिक एंड जो ग्रीफ है वो बिल्कुल इनसाइड होगा। आप कभी जो है ये समझ नहीं सकते हैं कि इग्निशिया के उससे कि उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम है एंड दे गोज अल्टीमेटली इनटू द डिसकंसर्टेड स्टेज।
Dr. Shilpa,
आफ्टर
a minute. Yes, Bronwyn. So what Dr. Shilpa is saying is that Ignatia patients, they suffer silently. So they won't express it, and that's the key differentiation point between Ignatia and Scorpio. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one is Hyoscyamus. Hyoscyamus और स्कॉर्पियो में काफी सारी चीजें जो है सिमिलर हैं, काफी पॉइंट्स जो है सिमिलरिटीज है, बट हायोसाइमस में जो है फियर ऑफ बीइंग बिट्रेल जाता है। फियर ऑफ बीइंग बिट्रेल इज द कोर ऑफ हायोसाइमस एंड दे वांट द अटैचमेंट फ्रॉम मदर, क्योंकि मदर गिव्स अ बैक टू हिम, सिक्योरिटी है, मदर के साथ अगर वो रहेंगे तो अपने आप को काफी सिक्योर फील करते हैं। वो उतना एग्रेसिवली जो है अपना एंगर, अपने इमोशंस को शो नहीं करते जिस तरह से स्कॉर्पियो शो करता है। हायोसाइमस का मेरे पास एक केस है, आई विल शेयर। केस ऑफ अ 4-year girl had molluscum contagiosum. She have a 4-month younger brother. I was not getting any lead in the case. अभी इस केस में जो है ये अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ आई और जो है उसका छोटा भाई यंगर ब्रदर जो है 4 मंथ का है एंड आई एम आस्किंग बट कुछ भी केस में मिल नहीं रहा था। फिर मैंने उनसे पूछा, so I asked his parents, are you noticed any changes in her behavior after the birth of second child? His father told me an interesting point. Whenever my younger one was with her, he was crying. तो ये क्या करती थी ना, जब भी अकेले में होती थी और भाई इसके साथ होता था, यंगर ब्रदर इज विथ हर, शी पिंच्ड हिम, लिटरली शी पिंच्ड हिम, मतलब किसी को पता भी नहीं चलता था घर में कि ये उसको पिंच करती है और इसलिए वो क्राई करता है। एंड वन डे फादर जो है, फादर ने वो चीज देख ली, तो जो है फादर को तब ये समझ में आया कि शी फील जेलस विथ हर ब्रदर एंड आई गेव हर हायोसाइमस इन द सेम रूब्रिक जेलसी चिल्ड्रन इन। तो स्कॉर्पियो जो है बहुत ज्यादा वायलेंटली बिहेव करते हैं, वो बहुत एंग्री होते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा जो है अपने इमोशंस को काफी मतलब एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, वो किसी से डरते नहीं हैं। तो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन इग्निशिया, हायोसाइमस एंड स्कॉर्पियो।
हेलो शिल्पा, माई सेल्फ शुभांगी। केस वॉज वेरी नाइस, बट ये केस में तो ये नहीं था ना, अटैचमेंट टू मदर नहीं था ना, दिख रहा था। तो
मदर अटैचमेंट नहीं है।
ओके, तो हिस्ट्री में था क्या पहले अटैचमेंट थी, ऐसा था क्या?
नहीं, एक्चुअली में क्या है डॉक्टर शुभांगी, स्कॉर्पियो जो है काफी सेल्फिश होते हैं। अगर आपने स्कॉर्पियो का कभी कोई वीडियो देखा हो तो उसमें ये है कि स्कॉर्पियो जो है ना, जब उन मतलब बॉर्न होते हैं तो वो अपनी मदर की पीठ पर होते हैं, बैक पर होते हैं, और वो धीरे धीरे करके अपनी मदर को ही सर्वाइवल के लिए खा जाते हैं, पूरी तरह से इंगल्फ कर लेते हैं। तो स्कॉर्पियो जो है बहुत ही सेल्फिश रेमेडी है। उसको मदर इसलिए चाहिए क्योंकि कोई और जो इसमें शेयरिंग नहीं चाहिए, किसी और की शेयरिंग नहीं चाहिए, कंप्लीटली जो है उस पर मेरा हक है, अटैचमेंट भी नहीं कह सकते हैं, वो अपना एक तरह से अधिकार बताते हैं।
ओके, नाइस।
हाँ, दे आर वेरी पावरफुल।
ओके, थैंक यू शिल्पा।
एनी क्वेश्चन?
Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Shilpa. In that Hyoscyamus case, did that child pinch the other one and she cried, or the younger one was crying?
जो सिस्टर है ना, हाँ, यंगर सिस्टर, एल्डर वन is pinched to younger one.
And who was crying?
तब younger one is crying ना, 4-month baby को अगर एक 4 year की गर्ल पिंच करेगी तो younger one cried, and वो तब करती थी जब वहां पे कोई होता नहीं था।
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yes, Dr. Maya. Sure.
Yeah, you said in Hyoscyamus there is fear of being betrayed, right? Can you please explain that?
Fear of being betrayed जो है हायोसाइमस मतलब एक ऐसी रेमेडी है जो किसी पर भी ट्रस्ट नहीं करती, क्योंकि उसमें है ना कि दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक कर पीता है। तो हायोसाइमस इजीली किसी पर ट्रस्ट नहीं करते हैं। उनको जो है अगर वो डॉक्टर के पास भी जाएंगे ना तो वो बार बार इंक्वायरी करके जाएंगे, 10 लोगों से पूछेंगे कि ये डॉक्टर कैसा है। जब तक कि वो खुद श्योर नहीं होंगे तब तक के वो जो है उस डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाएंगे ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, या पहले किसी और को भेजेंगे, फिर रिजल्ट देखेंगे, फिर उसके बाद जो है उस डॉक्टर के पास ट्रीटमेंट कराने के लिए जाएंगे। क्योंकि उनको बिट्रे का डर काफी ज्यादा होता है। ये कोड है हायोसाइमस का, फियर ऑफ बीइंग बिट्रे।
अच्छा, okay. Thank you.
या
And the one line core of Scorpio?
वन लाइन कोड ऑफ स्कॉर्पियो, स्कॉर्पियो जो है बहुत ही इम्पल्सिव, एग्रेसिव एंड जो है वो सोशल एनिमल्स नहीं है। क्योंकि जो स्कॉर्पियो है वो, अगर हम भी जानते हैं कि वो रॉक में रहते हैं, नीचे बहुत ही तली में आइसोलेटेड प्लेसेस में रहते हैं हम, तो ये एक तरह से कहना चाहिए कि आपको अलग ही समझ में आएगा। अभी जब ये गर्ल ना मेरे सामने बैठी थी और पूरे केस के दौरान उसके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन जो है ऐसे थे जैसे कि उसको किसी पे गुस्सा हो। अभी ये सोशल मीडिया पर है इसलिए केस वीडियो नहीं है, नहीं तो आप वीडियो में देख सकते थे कि उसके जो एक्सप्रेशन है कितने, मतलब एक अजीब टाइप का एक्सप्रेशन था उसके चेहरे पर, एक एंग्री लुक था। और पूरे टाइम उसके हाथ से जो है वो ऐसे ऐसे करके मिसमिसा सी रही थी, जैसे कि कोई अंदर से उसको कोई गुस्सा है किसी पर। और जब उसके फादर उसके लिए कोई भी नेगेटिव पॉइंट बोलते थे तो फादर को नजरें उठा करके ऐसे देखती थी और फिर जो है अपना फिर से चालू कर देती थी। तो बहुत एंग्री होते हैं, वॉयलेंट होते हैं, इम्पल्सिव होते हैं, एग्रेसिव होते हैं, डेंजरस होते हैं, मैलिशियस होते हैं। ये सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक जो है स्कॉर्पियो के ही हैं।
Thank you. So that's how they differ from the Ophidae,
हाँ
who are attractive.
हाँ, ओफिडीज आर एट्रैक्टिव एंड बहुत, क्योंकि देखो एक तो इनवर्टिब्रेट है और एक वर्टिब्रेट है।
Correct, correct.
ओफिडिया वर्टिब्रेट है और ये इनवर्टिब्रेट है।
That's right.
तो ओफिडिया जो है बेटर प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं ना, और ये प्लानिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं,
Yeah,
ये
yeah.
तुरंत रिएक्ट करते हैं।
Thank you. Thank you for that clearing.
For our participants, international participants, just a core of Scorpio that Dr. Shilpa was speaking is Scorpio have this impulsiveness, aggressiveness, and they live under the rock, so they don't really attract, and their reaction, the way of reaction is different from that of Ophidia group. Okay, and they have this anger within themselves, and they don't fear anybody. So that is the core of Scorpio. We have Dr. Preeti, who will just explain to us in much more detail.
Yes, I'm sure.
I'll just maybe add a couple of points to what Dr. Shilpa already beautifully explained. So one is, of course, Jeremy Sher has done a beautiful proving on Scorpio, and
Yeah.
there's a beautiful case Dr. Jayesha has kind of, it's there on the software also, if you all have the Synergy software or the Mac repertory, so you could look that up. It's very beautiful. My own understanding and clinical experience, what I can really say.
Ma'am, can't hear you, ma'am.
Oh, you can't? Is this better?
No, no, no.
Not better. Hello, is this better? Okay.
Chinta is giving me her tools. Is this better now?
Yes, yes, better.
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to kind of add a couple of points to what Dr. Shilpa already beautifully explained. One is do read the proving by Dr. Jeremy Sher. It really explains things very beautifully. So it is, Scorpio is an invertebrate. It's probably the first animal that moved from the sea to the land. So it has all the animal invertebrate things. And because of this hard covering, and because they feel that everything is harmful, everything is attacking them, they use this hard covering that they have to either go in or to just attack everybody or everything. So trifles is a big word in Scorpio. So anger towards trifles, violence towards trifles, they can be so sarcastic, so sharp that it's unbelievable. And at the same time, and I think Dr. Rama was asking that, no? So another difference is that there will still be a naivety in Scorpio. You know, they can be unsympathetic and hard-hearted, but at the same time, there'll be a sense of naivety in them, which of course is not present in Ophelia. So, you know, one of our patients whom we had given Scorpion was young child, I think 16, 17 years old, and every trifle would make him angry. But the things that would make him angry, you know, that would make you smile. You know, so the way he would perceive his world was very naive, but at the same time, just feel that everything is kind of, and he can be so sharp and he can be so uh, hard-hearted. It was unbelievable. So these, I think, are the couple of things that I just wanted to add, and I hope that helps.
Thank you. That helps a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
All right. Giving Twinta her equipment.
Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Shilpa. I think you explained it very beautifully through your case, like each and every word of the patient and of the doctor was written very well for our understanding without any contamination of words. So I think it was a very beautiful presentation. Thank you so much for coming on Musings and sharing your case with us.
Thank you, Twinta. Twinta, 1 second. I will soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gratitude to Dr. Mahesh Chandra sir. सर से ये मेडिसिन मैंने जो है सीखी है, दिस मेडिसिन आई लर्न फ्रॉम डॉक्टर महेश चंद्रा सर. Thank you HHF. Thank you Dr. Anita Bajaj ma'am. Thank you all my friends, Dr. Anita, Dr. Arpana, Dr. Pallavi Lute, and thank you Musing for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Dr. Prachi and Dr. Shilpa for coming and sharing their cases with us. I think it's a two-way learning always. It's from the musings to the audience and now it's from the audience to us. And within a group, I think it's a great learning to keep sharing your cases, your understanding. I think every day we evolve. So that evolution is very important to demonstrate. Like every time we cannot learn from successes, we do learn from failures also. So we need to know our evolution also. So do keep sharing your cases with us. And see you all on third Saturday, that is on 17th December, in the same place at 2 to 4 p.m. Thank you so much for sharing your cases and to all who have joined in. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.